Hey folks, welcome to my channel. And what we have here is an old Burnham boiler that is slated for demolition and replacement. This is the rating plate. It says a K5009, that's the number, and the serial number is 7622171, and the square footage of steam is 1563, I believe. Somewhat difficult to read that. We calculated that the connected load is somewhat south of 900, so we're going to be putting a 900 and something square foot boiler in its place, an SG09. So the boiler is roughly twice as big as it needs to be, and it's on a two-pipe steam system. That's part of the reason why the customer was really concerned about this whole situation, is that leak. By the time we replace or fix that leak, you still got a boiler that's probably on its last legs, and it's still too large. Of interest, you may note that what we have here is a Webster boiler return trap and the Webster vent trap. I have videos on what's inside of that. I hope you can look it up. The Webster vent trap, if you want to do a search. That's the main vent for the system. That's where all the air escapes through that Gorton, G-O-R-T-O-N, number 2. Again, there are the instructions for that unit. The Webster company was really catered to the high-end trade. It was top-of-the-line equipment back in the day. There's the 2 check valves, which caused this thing to work when this was coal-fired. And so we know it was coal-fired because we can see our little pulleys in the corner there. And there's some pulleys there. And this, I believe, is a coal bin. It has that coal bin construction and nicely laid out here, almost museum display quality, are all of the implements used for maintaining the coal fire. Cleaning out the soot out of the sections, breaking up the clinkers, raking the coals, taking out the big chunks, and so forth. Secrets lost to antiquity. We've got it draining now into the sump pump. There's the header. It survived, I guess. That's 3-inch, and there's a 2-inch main, and this is the dry return, and right there, my finger is, that's the wet return, and that's the gas coming down. Pardon my shadow there. That's part of the relief vent. We added this vapor stat some time ago. As you can see, we had to set it up pretty high to keep it from short cycling too much. That's our pigtail that we added to this wretched number 67. And there's your gas train. There's a shot of the, it looks like they took away some tubes. They plugged some tubes. We didn't do that. That's interesting. Let's get a shot. Oh, and the other side, yeah, that's 3-inch. And that looks like that's going to 3.5. So we're going to leave that alone. That eccentric. This is an eccentric coupling, and that 3.5, which we've discussed in other videos. So we're going to leave that alone for sure. It's been encapsulated fiber there, and we're going to tie onto that 3-inch there. That's the plan anyway. That's one hell of a flue. That's our test hole for doing combustion analysis. That's a draft diverter, which I believe must have been added later. I think this thing was probably sold without a draft diverter, and the inefficiency of this thing must have been like that of a campfire. So, and we have traps at the end, which we're going to replace. I might get into that on a later video. So here we go, another grand adventure, and thank you for joining me, and see you on the next one.